Good morning, everybody. How did everybody survive the full moon last night and a partial eclipse? Welcome to the Gateway of Eclipses. Eclipse season is now upon us. So let's see what the energies are for lovers in separation for the eclipse season for today. Spirit, what is the general energy for today? And Spirit is giving us romance. Cupid arrow strikes. So for some of you, romance is about to sneak its little head into the door. So let's see, let's dig more into this. We've been starting to get little bit by little bit more and more hints that there is something coming down the pike. Just remember when we see these hints, it's just showing us that the energies are available, but we need to choose to take advantage of them. So Spirit, what are the energies available? What is coming in? Show us why we've seen Cupid today for all the lovers in separation. Let's see what we got. So one, Spirit, any other cards for lovers in separation? For those of you who are new to my channel, this is my usually daily, as many times as I have time for it. I'll do what's going on with the collective for the love and separation. It is a collective reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. However, the more you interact with the channel, the more you say hello, the more you chat, the more the energies get entwined, and I'm able to pull some more of your personal story. And if you need a personal message, just reach out. Prices are up on the screen. So Spirit's saying you're tested. You're being tested, right? Romance is here, but you're being tested. Your soul is preparing to reconnect. Trust in the process. Trust is so important, right? And why are we being tested? Because Spirit's testing to see if you're still an illusion, right? We want to make sure we're not an illusion, that things we're seeing things as they really are. We're making sure that people's actions are in alignment with their words. And if they're not, then well, you're just, kind of having a cognitive dissonance, which is illusion. Right? The moment. Think of a special moment that brought you joy with your partner, that romance. The heart. Your heart begins to beat faster when you're close, right? So we've got a lot of romantic energy here, but Spirit's saying, be careful. What you may think is romance may not be. It may be illusion. So let's see what other love energies want to come in with this. And please like, follow, share, and subscribe as I'm doing this. And let's see what Spirit's got to say. Donations are greatly appreciated. If you feel the urge, this is how I make my money, pay for my food for my kids. Okay, let's see what Spirit gave us. We got 4 cards here, so let's see what Spirit's telling us about this collective that we're doing in separation. So Spirit's saying that the light language is active service. So the person that's coming in is going to be one of those that's going to want to do things for you, right? That's their love language. Now, right now, you're in time apart. And why is that? Because you're an illusion, right? That romance that's coming in could be a potential life partner. And there's that burning desire for that romance. So Spirit's telling us that you're ready for it, you want it, it's right there in the offering. However, you're still being tested to see if you're still an illusion, because many of us are still chasing that bad boy or bad girl, labeling them as a twin flame when they're really not. They're just a toxic partner who we've been told by so many readers are a twin flame, but really they're a karmic meant to keep us in illusion. And why? Because we're meant to go within and figure things out, right? Through our own heart and through our own discernment. And that's the test that Spirit gives you. That's why there's these things called catalyst twin flames. They're ones that are there to kind of keep you stuck. They look like the twin flame, they feel like the twin flame, but really they're just there to keep you stuck. So Spirit, show me what's going on with this connection. These people who are seeing this catalyst twin flame, let's see what's going on with them. Let's see what's going on with the ones that are going to get romance. And Also, if you're new to my channel, my readings, I have a very special type of reading here, a layout that most readers don't use. This is my own personal layout that I've developed over time. And what it shows you is it shows you potentials, right? Because with everything, every choice, there's always a potential of two paths, right? The path that takes a lot longer or the path that takes a lot shorter. The ones that brings you the positivity that you're looking for and the ones that bring you a lesson. And we call this the wheel of karma. So everything you see on here is a challenge. Everything over here is kind of more of a reward. So poker face, right? Your person is getting ready to take a chance. They're being very, very calculating on whether or not they're going to move forward over here or not. Coffin, new beginnings, liberation, reborn, transition. Now, most of the time when you see a coffin, it's over here in the challenges side because it's dead. You're going after something that's no longer there. But this coffin here is one of a new beginning, right? Because this thing had to die over here to get you over to here. And so it's dead, dead, but it had to be reborn, right? So your person is either coming in properly, and that's why you're being tested. Is this person coming in properly? And if it's not, guess what? It's not the real person, that's an illusion. But if the person comes in properly, then this is where you're meant to be in that romance, the golden mirror. Right? You're mirroring each other right now. That narcissist love bombing, self-absorbing, it could be happening. Sunglasses, right? Watching, looking, perception, stalking. And your person is there, and I think it's over here for those that the person is finally kind of getting it because it's coming out of that wheel of karma. And they're watching, they're stalking, they're seeing what's going on, they're being very calculated and when are they going to make their move? And if they do make the move and they are the proper way, then engagement ring. Then what is engagement ring? Engagement ring. Thank you, J Matt, for the hearts. I appreciate that. What is engagement ring? It's not always an engagement ring because although it looks like it, it means that you're going to move to a level of commitment of some time. So if you've never really been boyfriend, girlfriend, well, guess what? That may be coming in where some sort of a commitment, moving to the next level of wherever you are within your set of romance. Let's see what other cards want to present themselves. Let me figure out which deck I want to use for this. I think I'm going to pull out a deck I haven't used in a while, so just bear with me while I find it. Made a mess last night. We had a full moon and partial eclipse healing. I did a group healing for people who showed up last night. It was super powerful. And if you didn't get a chance to see it, well, I invite you to go watch the replay. You'll still be able to take advantage of the activations and the healings that went on. The replay is available on my TikTok profile. If you look at it, you'll see it. There's no charge for it. And let me know how you made out with some of the light language activations. It's for some of you, it might be a chance for you to see what a light language activation is. And that's also give you kind of like a sample of what some of my larger group healings would be like. So Spirit, what do you want to tell us about this connection and separation? Wow, Spirit's been throwing some stuff at us. The energy is huge, and one fell straight to the floor. So we're going to go get that one that fell straight to the floor, and we're going to see what it is. Spirit's really being snarky today. The one that fell to the floor is telling you that divine timing is at play. I'm going to hold it right out there. Divine timing. When we see the divine timing, we always cringe. That means that, it's going to take time, to align everything to where it's supposed to be. So Spirit's saying, be aware of unhealthy attachments and addictions, codependencies. You've got a secret admirer, and perhaps that's who's coming in. Perhaps you know who it is. And divine masculine. So it's telling us that this is a twin flame reading. Self-esteem is an issue, right? This is what's keeping you into this wheel of karma. Anxiety and worry. These are all fears, and these fears have to be solved. And how do you solve it? By kind of just saying, I don't give a you know what, right? And why don't you? Because you know that you have to stay centered here. Yes, it may be a lot of fear. You're afraid of losing somebody. You're afraid of doing something. But in that fear, by removing yourself out of that fear and not really caring and allowing life to flow as it flows with its ups and downs, you allow yourself to move into this place where all the doors are opening. You're not blocking it. And blocked in obstacles, right? And this is what happens when you go into illusion. You're always blocking your own self and nobody else. So let's now take a look at, what is it that's blocking you, right? What's blocking love? Because most people will, tell you what's going on, but they won't tell you what's actually blocking you. And so we're going to concentrate. I got this wonderful deck. Hold it up right here. It's my new favorite deck. I actually just started doing a read with it to help you find out what's blocking you, because how do you know what to solve if you don't know what to solve, because you can't see it because you're in such illusion. And for most people, the things that trigger them the most are the things that they're afraid to see in themselves. And you have to look within every time you get triggered, because that's going to give you that clue. So Spirit, give me one or two, maybe three things that this collective here is being blocked in with love. Use one, maybe two more if we can. What is blocking love for this collective? Here, I get one. Okay, two, and we got one more. Let's get one more. Spirit, I want it to be fully popped out. I don't want it. It needs half. There we go. So we have a few things here that are showing us what our blocks are, right? And so if we look at it, boundaries. You need to hold good boundaries so that you don't feel violated. And boundaries are something I like to talk about a lot, right? And boundaries are great, but make sure that the boundaries aren't walls. Because once the boundary becomes a wall, then you block what you really want to do by setting proper boundaries. Setting proper boundaries, I liken it to a door, right? Now, how many locks is on that door? If there's like 9 locks and they're all locked, then you shut the window and you cover it over so you can't see what's out there. All you see is a wall. And you don't see that there's a person knocking there. There's no ring doorbell. There's nothing there that's showing you that an opportunity is coming right at you, that you might want to open the door and allow them in. And that's where people generally go wrong with boundaries, because first they have no boundaries. So all of a sudden they swing the pendulum to the other end and they throw up a wall. But the wall blocks. The wall doesn't allow you to see the opportunity, nor does it allow you to hear the opportunity, nor does it allow you to feel the opportunity. So you need to be very balanced in how you do that. It takes time, but just think about it. If everything is blocked, how are you going to get that communication that you need to let you know that, hey, an opportunity is knocking at your door? Hiding feelings. You need to express how you feel to the one you love in order to see how they feel in return, right? And that's vulnerability. And that comes with boundaries, that you still have to be able to drop your boundaries enough to be vulnerable and to be your true self and to speak your truth and to be okay with speaking your truth. Because if you're in fear of speaking your truth, then, well, guess what? You're blocking yourself again. And the last bit is past trauma. You need to take time for yourself and heal your past trauma before moving on, right? And so why is this so important, right? Because 99.9% of our experience in this 3D world is all based on past life trauma that we've had lifetime after lifetime, billions of lifetimes. And until we're ready to actually go within and find that cause of that trauma. And how do you find that cause? Well, you look for the clues in your 3D life, because your subconscious is manifesting every trauma you've ever had that you haven't been able to heal from. And it brings it into your 3D life as triggers, as, money issues, love issues, pains, aches, disease. They all come through past trauma. And so what you have to do is you have to dig in. What was that experience that was so bad that makes you keep on manifesting it, because you're terrified to see it? So your subconscious is like, well, if you're not going to see it, I'm going to make it happen in your 3D life. And that's the problem. Our subconscious is out of control. And it's just manifesting trauma. It's not manifesting what we want, and we have to rein control of it. And how do you rein control of your subconscious? Is by going in and healing enough that your subconscious is not on autopilot. So those are the things that are blocking you. They're easily solved. but not easily solved. It's, you have to go look into yourself and you have to choose yourself and you have to heal yourself. So with that, let's get some messages from your higher self. And if you feel you're called to get into this space of really stepping up to your own healing, I do have a healing channel on YouTube. It's called Silver Fox Spiritual. I do personal light language, I do personal reads that can help you understand the trauma to then get into what needs to be healed. And at the same time, I just posted my full moon slash partial eclipse healing. It was a free healing that I did just to thank everybody who comes and watches every day. I did it live on both YouTube and TikTok last night. It was a wonderful success. However, I had a lot of challenges with YouTube, which got me into a little bit of frustration. There's something coming up to be seen for me as well, but we solved it and we moved forward. So, Spirit, give us some words of encouragement. What does our higher self, our future higher self, want to tell us collective here within this read? We've got some really wonderful energies available to us. How do we get to them? Right? Because we want to get into that positive aspect of, yeah, there's challenges here. You know what? We all face challenges, but how do we handle those challenges is what sets the tone, whether we're going to be in that positive cycle or we're going to go to the negative cycle. There's a way if you're willing to change the way you see it, right? And spirits poking some fun at me because I say this all the time that, choosing the same thing over and over again, it's that's the definition of insanity is choosing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different response. Pivot. Look at what's happening here. Look at the pattern, and as you look at the pattern, all of a sudden, oh, that's why I keep on seeing the same trauma over and over again. Why the same experience? Why I keep chasing a bad boy or a bad girl, and guess what? I keep on running into the same hamster wheel of disappointment, heartache. Stop. That's a pattern. That's a trauma response because you're more comfortable in the trauma than you are seeing something healed coming in, like that secret admirer or your best friend that you don't see inside of that romantic space because you're so busy chasing what's so bad for you because you've had lifetimes of that so bad that you don't know how to get to the so good because the universe throws them in your face and then you just look at them, nah, nah, nah. And so the universe is telling you, it's screaming at you, look at things differently. Be the brave and authentic soul you were always destined to be. And again, it takes a lot of bravery to get out of what you feel safe and comfortable with. And a lot of times we're safe and comfortable with trauma. So we stay inside of that trauma response, right? And so these are words of encouragement from your future self who has solved this problem. You know you've solved it because it's all happening in the now. This problem has been solved. You just need to bring yourself into that frequency of that one that has that version of you that has solved the problem. And how do you do that? By healing the traumas and raising that frequency every trauma that goes away. So with that, let's look at, we're going to use our moon cards today since it is a full moon. It's the Mystical Moon Oracle, which gives us timing. I don't always pull this one out for timing, as this one is a pretty snarky deck. Yeah, I like the word snarky today. It's just coming out. And so let's see what is in the timing. When can we get to this positive timing here, provided we start getting out of that illusion, we pass our test. When can we start to see this engagement ring, this love that's in the air, that's everywhere? Spirit. And Spirit saying it's worth the time 12 months from now. So, if you're watching this, yeah, it's a year from now, but you know what? Spirit's telling you it's worth the time, and Spirit kind of gave us a hint here with divine timing, right? So 1 year from now, if you're following in and getting out of this illusion, peeling yourself out piece by piece, guess what? Cupid's coming in, and 12 months from now, you might be getting an engagement ring, or you might. So don't look at this as when is it going to come in. 12 months from now, I think, is when you're going to start to see the real fruits of that. You may start to see it sneak itself in little by little with your admirer coming in, somebody coming in with those acts of service. That energy of love takes a little time to do it, right? Because you need to build it up. You need to build it up from friendship, not from just lust. And it will grow slowly over time, and that's what we're seeing time, time, time. It's worth the time. Put the time into it, into the healing, because as you heal, you attract, and as you attract, you begin the friendship, which is the foundation of love. It's never lust. Lust doesn't lead to love. Friendship leads to love because uh, once lust is gone, right? And lust for the most part is just a sacral chakra that's just unbalanced. And once you got that, you need to have a balanced friendship for those times when it's not just about lust. And Lolo, if you're still here, just put your name in here and say, hey, I'm still here, and I'll pull that for you. For the rest of you, this is the reading I have for today. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe. If you want your own reading, please do reach out. If you want your own healing with light language, please reach out as well. And otherwise, everybody who is watching from the replay, it is the end of this reading, and have a wonderful day, and choose to feel, choose to heal.